Hey everyone, it's Alex, and I am here with a unique video that I hadn't planned on doing, but I kind of have to do now just because of time purposes. I was going to do a separate video about the winners for all the award shows I've been covering, the Golden Globes, the Critics' Choice, the Screen Actors Guild, the BAFTAs, but just due to time, with me being busy with work, and I recently got sick with a really bad cold during the time I wanted to make those videos. So because of those two things, and with the Oscars coming up, and I want to make my own separate video about the winners for that, I am going to be making one big video where I reveal the winners for the Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, Screen Actors Guild, and BAFTA Awards, as well as give my brief thoughts on the ceremony and winners themselves. Now, award shows often tend to have a lot of the same winners, so you're going to be hearing a lot of the same names over and over again, just a heads up. But of course, every award show is a little bit different. There are some categories that one award show might have that another might not, and some award shows may choose to pick a certain different winner in that category over the favorite that's been winning in all the others. Without further ado, let's get started on the winners for the 75th Golden Globe Awards, starting off with the television categories. Best Actor in a Television Series, Comedy or Musical: Aziz Ansari, Master of None. Best Actress in a Television Series, Comedy or Musical: Rachel Brosnahan, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Best Actor in a Television Series, Drama: Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us. Best Actress in a Television Series, Drama: Elizabeth Moss, The Handmaid's Tale. Best Actor in a Limited Series or Motion Picture made for television: Ewan McGregor, Fargo. Best Actress in a Limited Series or Motion Picture made for television: Nicole Kidman, Big Little Lies. Best Supporting Actor in a Series, Limited Series, or Motion Picture made for television: Alexander Skarsgård, Big Little Lies. Best Supporting Actress in a Series, Limited Series, or Motion Picture made for television: Laura Dern, Big Little Lies. Best Television Series, Comedy or Musical: The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Best Television Series, Drama: The Handmaid's Tale. Best Limited Series or Motion Picture made for television: Big Little Lies. And now onto the film winners. Best Original Score, Motion Picture: Alexander Desplat, The Shape of Water. Best Original Song, Motion Picture: This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. Music and lyrics by Benj Pasek and Justin Paul. Best Animated Feature: Coco. Best Foreign Language Film: In the Fade, Germany, France. Golden Globes often allow multiple countries to compete for the same film, whereas other award shows don't. Just because we'll be seeing In the Fade at another award show, but only with one country. So just a heads up there. Best Screenplay Motion Picture: Martin McDonagh, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, because the Golden Globes only have one screenplay category and not two. Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture: Sam Rockwell, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture: Allison Janney, I, Tonya. Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Comedy or Musical: James Franco, The Disaster Artist. Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Comedy or Musical: Saoirse Ronan, Lady Bird. Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Drama: Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour. Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Drama: Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Director, Motion Picture: Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water. Best Motion Picture, Comedy or Musical: Lady Bird. Best Motion Picture, Drama: 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And of course, in terms of special awards, Oprah Winfrey won the Cecil B. DeMille Award. Now, the Golden Globes. The show itself was a very good show. Seth Meyers did a fantastic job as the host. His opening monologue was absolutely brilliant. You know, a lot of people were wondering how is he going to address the Me Too movement going on in Hollywood, and he did it perfectly. He took some amazing shots at some of the abusers that were exposed in the Me Too movement, like Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, Woody Allen. He took brilliant shots of them, and which resulted in massive applause from the audience and massive applause from me as I was watching at home. In terms of speeches, since it's been almost 2 months now, I can't remember every single speech that was given, but I really like the speeches done by Sterling K. Brown, Nicole Kidman, Frances McDormand, Guillermo del Toro. They were all amazing speeches, but of course the best speech of the night easily went to Oprah Winfrey. Oprah gave this amazing, powerful, empowering speech. You know, she called on everyone to stand up and proclaim the Me Too movement and proclaim that time is up for abusers in Hollywood to stay hidden, and it got the entire crowd literally on their feet applauding. I mean, Cecil B. DeMille Award speeches usually garner a lot of applause and sometimes even rousing applause, like what we had last year with Meryl Streep calling out Donald Trump and his mocking of a disabled reporter. But here, Oprah, she topped that. I didn't think anything could top Meryl Streep, but Oprah did, and it was just brilliant. Probably one of the most brilliant speeches I have ever seen in any award show ever. As for the winners themselves, pretty solid list of winners. With television, I haven't seen all of the shows, but some of them that do seem very deserving are Sterling K. Brown for This Is Us, Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale, and all of the winners for Big Little Lies, Nicole Kidman, Alexander Skarsgård, Laura Dern. Well, actually, just by a slight margin, I would have preferred Shailene Woodley to win that category, but that's not too big of a complaint. As for film, quite a lot of the deserving contenders won, like Alexander Desplat for The Shape of Water, Coco for Best Animated Feature, all of the acting winners for both comedy and drama. I do kind of wish Christopher Nolan had won Best Director and that Dunkirk had won Best Motion Picture Drama, but The Shape of Water and Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri are good alternate choices. And then also I wish Remember Me had won Best Song over This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. This Is Me was a good song, but unfortunately the movie, it's part of The Greatest Showman. The movie itself is not very good, and I'm not saying the quality of the movie alone should be the determining factor, but in the case of Remember Me from Coco, that song is a major part of the story, and it's played several times, and when you find out the real meaning behind it, it's one of the most heartbreaking and heartwarming moments of any movie of the past year. And The Greatest Showman, unfortunately, it's been plagued with accusations of historical inaccuracy and glorifying a person who in real life wasn't exactly a nice guy. And now on to the winners for the 23rd Critics' Choice Awards. And this is the longest list I'll have to read through, so bear with me. Alright, starting off with the television categories. Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, Walton Goggins' Vice Principals. Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, Mayim Bialik, The Big Bang Theory. Best Actor in a Comedy Series, Ted Danson, The Good Place. Best Actress in a Comedy Series, Rachel Brosnahan, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Best Comedy Series, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Best Animated Series, Rick and Morty. Best Structured Reality Series, Shark Tank. Best Unstructured Reality Series, Born This Way. Best Reality Competition Series, The Voice. Best Reality Show Host, RuPaul Charles, RuPaul's Drag Race. Best Talk Show, Jimmy Kimmel Live. Best Supporting Actor in a TV Movie or Limited Series, Alexander Skarsgård, Big Little Lies. Best Supporting Actress in a TV Movie or Limited Series, Laura Dern, Big Little Lies. Best Actor in a TV Movie or Limited Series, Ewan McGregor, Fargo. Best Actress in a TV Movie or Limited Series, Nicole Kidman, Big Little Lies. Best Limited Series, Big Little Lies. Best TV Movie, The Wizard of Lies. Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series, David Harbour, Stranger Things. Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, Ann Dowd, The Handmaid's Tale. Best Actor in a Drama Series, Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us. Best Actress in a Drama Series, Elizabeth Moss, The Handmaid's Tale. Best Drama Series, The Handmaid's Tale. And now onto the film categories. Best Art Direction, The Shape of Water, production design by Paul Denham Osterberry, set decoration by Shane Vio and Jeff Melvin. Best Cinematography, Roger Deakins, Blade Runner 2049. Best Costume Design, Mark Bridges, Phantom Thread. Best Film Editing, there was a tie in this category between Paul Mocklis and Jonathan Amos for Baby Driver and Lee Smith for Dunkirk. Best Hair and Makeup, Darkest Hour. Best Original Score, Alexander Desplat, The Shape of Water. Best Original Song, Remember Me from Coco. Best Visual Effects, War for the Planet of the Apes. Best Action Movie, Wonder Woman. Best Animated Feature, Coco. Best Comedy Movie, The Big Sick. Best Actor in a Comedy Movie, James Franco, The Disaster Artist. Best Actress in a Comedy Movie, Margot Robbie, I, Tonya. Best Foreign Language Film, In the Fade, Germany. Best Sci-Fi or Horror Movie, Get Out. Best Original Screenplay, Jordan Peele, Get Out. Best Adapted Screenplay, James Ivory, Call Me By Your Name, based on the novel by Andre Aciman. Best Young Actor or Actress, Brooklyn Prince, The Florida Project. Best Supporting Actor, Sam Rockwell, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Supporting Actress, Allison Janney, I, Tonya. Best Actor, Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour. Best Actress, Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Acting Ensemble, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Director, Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water. Best Picture, The Shape of Water. And also a special award, the hashtag See Her Award, went to Gal Gadot. Now, this was an interesting experience because the night I was watching the Critics' Choice Awards, there was a major storm in my area. And at one point, the storm cut off the connection to my TV. We didn't lose power, but it messed up our TV and internet connection. So as a result, there was a 30-minute period where I wasn't able to watch the show. And so I missed seeing some of the winners be revealed live. So as a result, I can't really give a full review of the show. Olivia Munn hosted this year. For the last 2 years in a row, it was T.J. Miller, and while she was better than T.J. Miller, she wasn't that great. Admittedly, hosting the Critics' Choice Awards isn't considered a big gig because there's so many awards. The goal is to get through as much time as possible with them, so the host doesn't really get a chance to do much in terms of like an opening monologue or things like that. For the TV winners, I can't really say too much about them because I haven't seen all of them, but some of them seem very deserving, like David Harbour for Stranger Things, all the wins for Big Little Lies, Sterling K. Brown for This Is Us, and all the wins for The Handmaid's Tale. For film, Shape of Water, I think, rightfully won Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography. Blade Runner 2049 was good, but I would have given it to Dunkirk. Best Costume Design, Phantom Thread, I think, was the rightful winner. Best Film Editing, they got one of the rightful winners since there was a tie, but they got it with Dunkirk. Best Hair and Makeup, Darkest Hour, rightful winner. Best Original Score, The Shape of Water, rightful winner. Best Original Song, Remember Me, the rightful winner. Best Visual Effects, although I haven't seen War for the Planet of the Apes, I can see why it would have won. From these nominees, I guess I would have picked Blade Runner 2049 based on what I saw. Personally, my favorite visual effects was from Star Wars The Last Jedi, but they didn't nominate that here because I don't think they saw it in time before their nominations. For Best Action Movie, Wonder Woman, I personally would have given it to Baby Driver. Best Animated Feature, Coco, rightful winner. Best Comedy Movie, The Big Sick. Out of these films, that is the rightful winner. For Best Actor in a Comedy Movie, James Franco, he was really hilarious, but I would have given it to Kumail Nanjiani for The Big Sick. Best Actress in a Comedy Movie, Margot Robbie, really good in I, Tonya, but by a slight thread, I would have given it to Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird. For Best Foreign Language Film, didn't see any of these, unfortunately. Oh, I would have given it to The Square. For Best Sci-Fi or Horror Movie, Get Out is really good, although The Shape of Water was the highest on my list out of all these, so I would have given it to that. For Best Original Screenplay, Get Out had a really good screenplay, but I would have given it to The Shape of Water. For Best Adapted Screenplay, I would have given that to Mudbound. For Best Young Actor or Actress, Brooklyn Prince was good in The Florida Project, although her character was really annoying and bratty at times. I'm not necessarily blaming her for that. I just wish her character had been a little more likable and that there was a little more background information as to why she and her mother were living in this motel. So out of all these, I think Jacob Tremblay should have won for Wonder, because he gave a very heartbreaking performance in that movie, and, you know, he has very strong acting chops for a young kid. I mean, there are some adult actors who don't have the kind of talent that he has. For Best Supporting Actor, Sam Rockwell's the rightful winner for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. For Best Supporting Actress, Allison Janney, the rightful winner for I, Tonya. For Best Actor, Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour, rightful winner. For Best Actress, Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, rightful winner. For Best Acting Ensemble, out of these winners, well, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri was good. I would have given it to The Post, just in terms of how the ensemble worked together in that movie. For Best Director, like I said with the Golden Globes, Guillermo del Toro, excellent, and he probably would have been my second choice here, but I would have given it to Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk. And then same with Best Picture, Shape of Water, excellent choice, but Dunkirk would have personally gotten my vote. Alright, now for the winners of the 24th Screen Actors Guild Awards. The show itself was pretty good. Kristen Bell was the first ever host for the Screen Actors Guild Awards, because usually they don't have a host, but she did a pretty good job, and she kind of had a more limited role as the host, since the Screen Actors Guild Awards are only for 2 hours instead of 3. But she did a good job with what she had. As for the actual winners, on the TV side, Best Male Actor in a Comedy Series, William H. Macy, Shameless. Best Female Actor in a Comedy Series, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Veep. Best Male Actor in a Drama Series, Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us. Best Female Actor in a Drama Series, Claire Foy, The Crown. Best Male Actor in a Television Movie or Limited Series, Alexander Skarsgård, Big Little Lies. Best Female Actor in a Television Movie or Limited Series, Nicole Kidman, Big Little Lies. Best Stunt Ensemble in a Television Series, Game of Thrones. Best Ensemble in a Comedy Series, Veep. And Best Ensemble in a Drama Series, This Is Us. And as for the film winners, Best Male Actor in a Supporting Role, Sam Rockwell, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Female Actor in a Supporting Role, Allison Janney, I, Tonya. Best Male Actor in a Leading Role, Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour. Best Female Actor in a Lead Role, Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Stunt Ensemble of a Motion Picture, Wonder Woman. And Best Cast of a Motion Picture, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And the Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award, of course, went to Morgan Freeman. As for acceptance speeches, my favorites were probably Sterling K. Brown, Nicole Kidman, Gary Oldman, and Frances McDormand. As for my thoughts on the winners, again with TV, I can't really say too much from all the stuff I haven't seen. I'm really glad Sterling K. Brown got another award for This Is Us. For Female Actor in a Drama Series, this was a really big surprise. I thought Elizabeth Moss would have been a lock to win this for The Handmaid's Tale, but they gave it to Claire Foy for the second year in a row for The Crown. I haven't seen the new season of The Crown, so I can't say. She was fantastic in the first season, but I still think Elizabeth Moss should have won. And as for the limited series categories, And all these television categories, they actually combine lead and supporting into one category and just separate them from men versus women. So that's why you see people who would have been nominated in lead or supporting at the Emmys all combined here. For the limited series categories, they got the rightful winners with both Alexander Skarsgård and Nicole Kidman. Game of Thrones, that's won the stunt ensemble every year, and it's easy to see why. For best ensemble in a comedy series, I don't really watch Veep too much. I personally would have given it to Blackish. And for best ensemble in a drama series, this is a tough one because This Is Us is a very popular show, but I haven't been able to see every single episode. I did see all the episodes of The Handmaid's Tale's first season, so I personally would have liked to have seen that one. For the film side, they got all the acting winners right once again with Sam Rockwell, Allison Janney, Gary Oldman, and Frances McDormand. I would have thought Dunkirk would have won Stunt Ensemble of a Motion Picture, and that would have been my personal choice, but instead it went to Wonder Woman. I still haven't seen Wonder Woman, but I've heard all about some of the fight sequences in that film, particularly the No Man's Land sequence, they call it, since I know it's set during World War I, and of course in World War I there was a famous area called No Man's Land. And then Best Cast of a Motion Picture. Out of all these nominees, I think Three Billboards is the rightful winner. Alright, now on to the winners for the 71st BAFTA Awards. Best Art Direction, The Shape of Water. Production design by Paul Denham Osterberry. Set decoration by Jeff Melvin and Shane Vio. Best Cinematography, Roger Deakins, Blade Runner 2049. Best Costume Design, Mark Bridges, Phantom Thread. Best Editing, Jonathan Amos and Paul Machlis, Baby Driver. Best Makeup and Hair, David Malinowski, Ivana Primorak, Lucy Civic, and Kazuhiro Tsuji, Darkest Hour. Best Score, Alexander Desplat, The Shape of Water. Best Sound, Alex Gibson, Richard King, Greg Landecker, Gary A. Rizzo, and Mark Weingarten, Dunkirk. Best Visual Effects, Richard R. Hoover, Paul Lambert, Gerd Nefzer, and John Nelson, Blade Runner 2049. Best Animated Short Film, Poles Apart, Paloma Baeza and Sarah N. Lowe. Best Live Action Short Film, Cowboy Dave, Colin O'Toole and Jonas Mortens. Best Documentary Film, I Am Not Your Negro, Raoul Peck. Best Foreign Language Film, The Handmaiden from South Korea, directed by Park Chan-wook. Best Animated Feature, Coco, Lee Unkrich and Darla K. Anderson. Outstanding British Film, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Outstanding Debut by a British Writer, Director, or Producer, I Am Not a Witch, Rungano Nioni and Emily Morgan. Best Original Screenplay, Martin McDonough, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Adapted Screenplay, James Ivory, Call Me By Your Name, based on the novel by Andre Aciman. The Rising Star Award, which was the only award voted on by the public and not the BAFTA voters, Daniel Kaluuya. Best Supporting Actor, Sam Rockwell, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Supporting Actress, Allison Janney, I, Tonya. Best Actor, Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour. Best Actress, Frances McDormand, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Director, Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water. Best Picture, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Graham Broadbent, Peter Zernin, and Martin McDonough, producers. And also the BAFTAs have their BAFTA Fellowship Award, which went to Ridley Scott. Now, I did not watch the BAFTA Awards because on my TiVo they don't appear. I believe they air on BBC America, and my TiVo does not get BBC America. There are clips on YouTube, so I'll be watching those. As for the winners, Best Art Direction, The Shape of Water, rightful winner. Best Cinematography, I would have given it to Dunkirk over Blade Runner 2049. Best Costume Design, Phantom Thread the rightful winner. Best Editing, Baby Driver had some really good editing, but I would have given that to Dunkirk. Best Makeup and Hair, Darkest Hour, well deserved. Best Score, Shape of Water, well deserved. Best Sound, Dunkirk, well deserved. Best Visual Effects, I would have given it to Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Best Animated and Live Action Short Film, I didn't see these short films they nominated, because these are much different than the short films nominated at the Oscars, so I can't say anything about that. For Best Documentary Film, I have not seen I Am Not Your Negro, but I've heard it's really powerful. The one documentary I will be able to see is Icarus, since that's on Netflix. So I can't really pick a deserving winner here. For Best Foreign Language Film, out of these nominees, I would have given it to Elle. That was a very powerful film. For Best Animated Feature, Coco, the rightful winner. For Outstanding British Film, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, the rightful winner. For Outstanding Debut by a British writer, director, or producer, I have not seen I Am Not a Witch. I don't know if it was released in the US. If it was, it wasn't released in my area. The only one I've seen of these nominees is Lady Macbeth, and so I guess based on from that it would get my vote. For Best Original Screenplay, I personally would have given it to The Shape of Water over 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, but it's not really too big of a disappointment for me. For Best Adapted Screenplay, out of these nominees, I would have given it to Molly's Game over Call Me By Your Name. My personal favorite adapted screenplay of the year, Mudbound, was not nominated here, unfortunately. For the Rising Star Award, I think Daniel Kaluuya is the rightful winner. For all 4 acting winners, with Sam Rockwell, Allison Janney, Gary Oldman, Frances McDormand, they got them all right here. For Best Director, Guillermo del Toro, really good choice, but I personally would have given it to Christopher Nolan. Same with Best Picture, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, really good. I personally would have voted for Dunkirk if I could. So overall, those are my thoughts on all these winners for these award shows. A lot of what I wanted to win did win, and some did not, but there's nothing that's making me outright angry. Unlike, say, Suicide Squad last year winning Best Makeup and Hairstyling, which was just egregious beyond all hell. But hopefully nothing like that will happen at the Oscars in a few days. So, those are my thoughts on these award shows. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of these winners, and stay tuned in the next couple days for my videos on the Razzie and Oscar winners, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!